Welcome back to Sub-Zero Hero. You lot like throwing around that P word down in the comments. I think we need a chat about it. We've played 2 games since the last episode. We won the first. We lost the second. It means we've given away our place at the top of the table to Arlesund, but below us, while Haugesund have failed to win in their last 3 games, we're both in action today, and we are 8 points ahead of Haugesund with just 9 left to play for. We can get a result today, we could be having a promotion party. However, you should have seen how terrible we were in our last fixture. So after that win against Levanger in the last episode, we continue to put an impressive run of victories together by beating Ullkisa 4-2. It was a funny old game. At times, it was a little bit tense. We got off to a flying start. Hugo Riding put through a delicious little through ball, and Jonas Hartvigsson decided maybe he is a striker after all, and he does still want to play for the club, and fired us into an early lead that got even better before 10 minutes were even up. Hugo Emper from the penalty spot strides up, smashes it home, and we were looking good at that stage, but before half time, they pulled it back to 2-1. Gerser got us a 3-1 lead. Strangely, for a man that's 5'8", he's pretty good in the air. And he came in at the far post and nodded us into the lead. And we could have gone 4-1 up and the game would have been put to bed. But then Hugo did one of his very Hugo-ish things. He did a Panenka gone wrong for his next penalty and ended up just dinking it back to the goalie. Now that was fine. We were still looking pretty comfortable until in the last minute, they made it 3-2 and we had a nervy finish to the game. Luckily, in the very last minute, Hugo headed against the bar and Martin Doosan Ibsen, following a bit of a goalmouth scramble, smashed it home and we won 4-2. I think that was our 5th victory on the bounce. We were looking superb. And then we went into our next game against Brine away. Brine were down there in 10th place. They can't get into the promotion playoffs, neither can they get relegated. We were abject in this game, we really were. They were 2-0 up before the quarter of an hour mark. We didn't have a single good performance from any of our players in this game. We were downright rotten. It looked like the pressure had got to our boys a little bit, which is why we're a little bit nervous about today's game. Promotion is on the line. We tried to rally the troops a little bit during a team meeting. It was passable, I would say, but I wouldn't describe them as exactly chomping on the bit. And, well, they've got to go out and get the job done for us today. So we're going to be sending out our usual lineup. You can see by the green connectivity bars between them that they've got a pretty good understanding with each other now. We need some big performances from some big players. We'd like Andre Gerser to lead the team today. He's got this consistent performer trait and relishes big matches. This should be his kind of occasion because plenty of our other players, well, they're inconsistent and they're not such big fans of the big occasion. We're going to need some other big performances. I know he's a youngster and I know technically he's no longer our player. But Martin Doosan Ibsen is the man who could just be pulling the strings for us in midfield. We need a good defensive performance. We're back into our old habit, by the way, of giving away a lot of penalties, pushing people over in the box. It happened again to us in the last game against Brine. We don't need that happening again today. And if we get a penalty today, well, I'm not quite sure what we will do. Here's little Hugo, 19 goals now. Great return for what should be our supporting striker, but he's also had 9 spot kicks this season, scoring 6 of them, missing 3. He's got penalty taking of 11, composure of 13. Really? Our penalty taker probably should be Ole Christian Jensen, composure 10, but penalty taking of 14. But he's had plenty of misses in his young career as well, and we originally put Hugo on the spot because Ole Christian Jensen had missed so many. If we get one today, well, I don't know what we will do. The other player we need a performance from is Jonas Hartvigsson. He's Blowing hot and cold, he's on again, off again. He's deciding whether he wants to leave the club or whether he's happy to stay for the club. He's deciding whether he plays better on the wing or whether he's terrible there and he can score goals up front. He's had a mediocre season, I would say. 4 assists, 11 goals, 26 games. When he's played so much out on the left wing, I guess that's a reasonable return, but his lack of consistency is very frustrating. He might score and throw in a 7.5. Equally, he might throw in a 6.3 and be subbed off before half time. If he does get subbed off, I'm not sure whether we're going to be playing Ole Christian Jensen, you know. He's on a bit of a barren run of his own. Neither an assist nor a goal for a long, long time for little Chrissy Nuts. I don't know whether he is going to be the man for the big occasion either. We'll have to see if it comes to that. The team we are up against is Fredrikstad. They are in 13th place. They could still technically slip into that relegation playoff, so I guess there's a little bit on the line for them today as well. It's a crunch game. We only come back for the big games these days. Let's get out there and see how it goes. Okay, we actually had a pretty good team talk for that game. We said to them, this is a big match and you absolutely have to improve and up your performance. They responded to that. Will that mean that they perform today? Goodness only knows. We need a big performance. I'd like to be 3-0 up after 3 minutes so we can light up the cigars and pour the cocktails. I feel the FM gods are rarely that kind. We could lose this game and then we're going into the final 2, scratching around trying to get a win somewhere that might help us get promotion. We're underway. No shots yet, although we've now had 1-on-1 on target. We need to see a decent performance from these boys. And to that end, we are into the highlights. Idoy Hansen heads from a corner. Their goalie tips it over. It's corner time again. Gersa slings in a corner for us now. Who's going to race and get it? Asali Hansen. Here's the little magician. He's played Gersa in. No luck on that occasion. We've made a brisk start, haven't we? 5 shots, 4 on target. The early goal hasn't come though, has it? And we're inside the 20-minute mark. And now they are moving their way forward. Nessa hacks it clear. That was the highlight apparently. Haugesund seem to be drawing 1-1 with Levanger in their game. I think they took the lead and Levanger have just equalised. I see Levanger could do us a massive favour and beat Haugesund. Well, we will be okay even if we throw this away, but we don't want to do that. We need to win the ball back though. Nessa's done it. Emper's got Gersa outside of him. He's got him in. And Gersa has fired one over the bar. How often this season has he been able to tuck those efforts home? He's not been able to do it today though. We're looking at the scores. It's still 1-1 in that Haugesund game. Arlesund are 2-0 up in their game, so they are going to stay top of the table regardless of what we do. Even if we get a victory, the best we can finish with 2 games to go is a point behind them. But, well, a point looks to be the best we're getting out of this game so far. We're going to tell the boys that that really wasn't a good enough first half, and we'll see you for the second period. So as expected, Jonas Hartvigsson has not performed well. We've moved him back over to the left wing. We've brought Auden Schönerson on up front, finishing a 5. He's quick though. And that's it, he's quick. But you never know, maybe pace might unlock their defence. We're probably going to throw out an early shout in this game as well. We're going to demand more of them because we're on 55 minutes and we've done absolutely nothing so far. Now they've got a corner. This really is a bit of a nervy, tetchy little display. We're relying on Pedersen tipping one over there. This is a team, remember, that could still get relegated. We're making awfully hard work of it. With a home team as well. Can we do something here? Schönerson with his pace can't get away. We're going to pause the game. I think we need to get in to our subs bench. I think we're going to go more attacking. I think we're going to push our lines of engagement and defensive line up as well and see if we can go out there and finally break down this stubborn Fredrikstad resistance. Okay, we have pushed the lines up. We've also made a little substitution as well. We brought on little Tony Berg, because maybe he will be a threat from some set pieces. And we've got a set piece, but it's a throw-in this time. Doosan Dibson gets it to little Tony. He gets it back, and we're going to get countered on this. He's not going to be our highlight after all, it would seem. Gruntspang breaks for them down the left. Or maybe we're actually going to counter on them. Here's little Hugo. Doosan Dibson needs to be creative. Hartvigsson over there on the left now. He's got a fullback that can get the ball in. Oh, goodness me. That was poor. We've launched it forward. Bit of head tennis. All right, maybe it wasn't going to be our attacking highlight. Who knows who this one is going to end up with? It's now all the way back with Edoy Hansen. We've gone long. Schönerson, Emper, Hartvigsson, he's in. Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay, so now he's good over on the left wing again. Maybe he's no good at either position, really. He's just inconsistent. Sometimes you get lucky with him up front. Sometimes you get lucky with him on the wing. But he's tucked that one away with aplomb, hasn't he? Schönerson was brought down as he was trying to race onto it. Hartvigsson tucks it away. I think we can just go slightly more cautious now. We'll go back down to positive. And I think we'll keep the higher press, but just drop the defensive line back because, as always, we don't have the quickest back line. We've still got one substitute up our sleeve in case we're clinging on late on. And we want to go 4-5-1, but we're not going to make that change yet in case we start chasing a goal because Fredrikstad are coming at us here. I've seen that Arlesund are now 2-1 in their game, still winning, but if they could concede a late equaliser, that would be useful. And we've got the ball clear. What have we got? Edoy Hansen started off in defence. We did have the ball clear. We've booted it away. Can we be a little bit more creative now? We can't. We've gone long again, but Hartvigsson has beaten his man and he's off, you know, and he's in the mood. Oh, and he struck a post. That was another good effort from him. And hang on, Gruntspang's coming again. Watch out for the Gruntspang. Oh, that's how you have to deal with Gruntspangs these days. Bring them down. Okay, we're pausing. Let's just assess the situation. What have we got? Arlesund are 2-1 up. They're going to be staying top of the table. Haugesund are 2-1 up. We need this victory now. Do we stick? Do we twist? I think it's a little bit too early to go defensive. Let's just keep it going for the moment. Maybe with 5 minutes to go, we might just go 4-5-1. I'd imagine Fredrikstad need this result, so they're going to come at us pretty hard. And actually, they're doing it already. Pedersen makes a save, but it was offside anyway. Okay, we're pausing. We've got 5 minutes to go. I think we're switching things around a little bit. We're going to go from the John Craven to the Cheryl Baker, and we're going 4-5-1. We're going to bring Schönerson out over onto the wing, and we're looking for a midfielder that can come on for us and help break up play. Well, there's not an awful lot there, is there? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring Bratton on for Gersa, and we're going to bring Nesser over to sit in front of the defence, a role that he can play nicely. We're also going to throw on a little bit of time wasting, and we're going to see you for the biggest 5 minutes of this entire save. Okay, we have dropped the tempo and thrown a bit of time wasting on. We're holding on against a team that's way down there in the table, but this is big for us. This could be us in the Premier Division. This could be us playing the likes of Vålerenga, Rosenborg on the big occasion. On a weekly basis, it could also be a chance for us to make a little bit of money, even if it's just for one season. Maybe improve those facilities a little bit more. Bring even better quality staff in. Bring even better quality youth players in. But we've got to see the job out. Schönerson's done a good job there. It looks like he's held up play and won us a corner. Let's see whether we can just eat up a little bit more time. We keep lots of men back when we switch to the 4-5-1 for the set pieces, but Hugo's still there. Tony Berg's on the corner. He's left-footed. He can swing it in. And it's actually Asali Hansen that gets to it. Doesn't score. We're now, 90 seconds away from the end of injury time. And how has he escaped? And we've hacked him down, I think, and Asali Hansen's going to get himself sent off. And we have got the worst goalie in the division when it comes to keeping out direct free kicks. And they've got one 20, 22 yards from goal. This does not look good. We can slot Nessa into central defence, that's fine. In fact, we can swap him over with Bratton, and that's even better. But I'm worried about what is now going to happen from this free kick, because our goalie routinely palms them into his net. Fortunately, they've blasted it over, and that's chewed up a little bit more time as well. We're back into the highlights. We're at the 94-minute mark now. Maybe the sending off means that we're going to have to carry on a little bit more. Pedersen's doing a great job. Take the booking. He sent the boys upfield. Go on, smack it long, son. Hit Emper. And he's gone for Schörnerson, and he's given it away. They've gone back to their goalie, though. And there is the full-time whistle. We're looking for the confirmation from the league table or the team talk. Well done, lads. Your performance has just secured us promotion to the Norwegian Premier League. I think we're going to say it, you know, and I think we're going to say it with a little bit of feeling. Well, that was not pretty, was it? But we have done it. Look at the gap. 8 points clear of Haugesund, and we've only got 2 games remaining. They cannot catch us. We've taken a team from the bottom of Norwegian football to the top division using nothing but our youth intakes. I was reluctant to use the P word all through this season, but with 2 games to go, we've done it. But now there's the next hurdle. Arlesund are a point clear of us. We've still got 2 games to play for. Nobody mentioned the C word, but when we come back for our next episode, that could be what we're battling for.